And we're going live. We're live. All right. Okay, that's not my slides. Welcome, loves, to our Thursday night tribe call. My head's cut off. Tonight I'm going to teach you guys about how to rock Facebook Live. And I'm really excited about this because I've always loved video. Well, I shouldn't say always. When I first became a coach, I was terrified to make videos. Like, I talked about this on my Facebook Live earlier, actually. Like, I was literally like up in the camera like this, and I'm like, I'm Jess. I'm your coach. And I was like so shy and so afraid. But the more that I did it, the better. And I can't talk. The better I got at it. I sucked for probably the first year. But then going to conferences and stuff really helped me learn how to have confidence and not give any fucks about what anyone thinks. So tonight we're going to talk about Facebook Live. I'm excited about it. I think that this is really going to blow up everyone's business. And yeah, so let's go ahead and get into it. Oh, I saw Rachel just came on. Rachel's one of our new coaches, ladies. Welcome her. Welcome, Rachel. Rachel, I'm going to mute you out. Hang on. What am I doing? I have everyone muted out during these calls just because I get distracted by background noise. All right, so before we go into the topic tonight on how to rock Facebook Live, we're going to go into recognition and announcements. I need to update this because somehow my report missed some people, but congratulations to all the peeps who were in Success Club in July. We have Whitney, Sarah, Rochelle, Jessica P., Gina, Lindsay W., Amanda P., Labrie, Christy, Amanda R., Sierra at Success Club 12, and myself. So congrats to everyone for helping change at least 3 new lives last month. I want to see this number like double to quadruple this month because people need our help. Now that I finally have my own place for the first time in a year and I'm settled and I'm rested, I feel like I'm ready to take over the effing world and people need us. So who's with me? Raise your hands. Raise the roof. Raise the roof. Raise the roof. Do the whatever this dance is. No one's dancing with me. No one's raising the roof with me. What's going on? Anyone with me? You guys with me? All right, let's do it. I'm just going to assume that you're doing it in spirit. All right, so need to know for the week. Just so that you guys know, this is all in the Coach Online Office and also on the Beachbody Coach 411 Facebook page. So our challenge pack sales for the month are all the most popular challenge packs. There's a list of those in the Coach Online Office. This is like an epic sale. They've never done this many before at one time. When they announced it at Summit, I was so excited. So make sure that you're telling people about that so that they can take advantage of it. And when I'm talking to people about it, the way that I usually word it is I'll tell them, for example, if it's a $140 challenge pack, I tell them that literally the workout is basically free because Shakeology is $130 by itself. If you sign up as a coach, it waives the coach sign-up fee, and then you get the workout for almost free. So that's how you can talk to people about it. Summit 2017, as you guys know, is in New Orleans. So make sure that you get your tickets, make it a non-negotiable to get there. It'll change your life and change your business. We have a bunch of new products that are coming out. There's the Fixate Cooking Show, which Autumn and her brother just came out with this month. It's available on Beachbody On Demand. There's the 3-week yoga retreat that I am just beyond thrilled about that comes out next month. And actually today only, excuse me, there's a sneak peek of the new program. I'm going to do it tonight and post a video about it. So it's the 3-week yoga retreat. And then we have Core Day Force, which is coming out in the winter time. And that's going to be like a kickboxing type workout. Our national wake-up call this week was keeping up on busy social media. I kind of made that into my own words, but it's really helpful if you feel like people your posts aren't being reached to people. Go listen to that. Our groups that are coming up, our Fun Fitness Challenge group starts next week. We're doing a sneak peek at the end of the month. We're getting on our inner circle call to plan that right after this call. But I think that what we're going to do this month, and we'll keep you updated, is switch it up and do just a 1-day sneak peek with a Facebook Live in it. So that will be happening. Oh, wait, the calendar's on the next slide. I was going to pull out my calendar right here. That will be happening on the 29th right here. So we did make some changes to the dates, but this calendar is pinned to the top of the team page if you guys ever need it. It gives you an idea of all the groups that are going on, different action steps that you can take each day to move your business forward. Other upcoming events, we have Go Pro with Tony Robbins, Richard Branson, and Eric Worre in December. I bought a big group of tickets last year. They're already paid for, so I'm going to be offering payment plans for those of you guys that are going. You can just pay me back in installments. That way I can make sure that you guys can get there. It's only $350, which is like half the cost that I paid to see Tony Robbins in 2014, and that dude changed my life. Like, I went from a 1-star diamond to a 5-star diamond in 3 weeks time, and only like one other person did that the whole entire year within all of Beachbody out of like 300,000 people. So that's not to brag. It's to say that Tony Robbins knows his shit, and Eric Worre, the author of Go Pro, the book that you guys all read when you sign up, he is epic. He makes everything so simple, so easy. All the closing tools that we have for you guys, I learned from him. It works so well that if I get on the phone with people and do it, I close about 90% of the people that I talk to. So he's amazing. He makes it really simple. And the people that I've seen on the team that have gone to these events have had huge light bulb moments, and their businesses have never been the same. Also, our Hawaii Diamond Retreat has been changed. I still need to change this slide to February. That way we can give you guys more time to reach diamond. So all you need to do is be diamond on the leadership ladder by January 1st and hold it for 30 days. It's an all expenses paid trip. All you have to do is pay for your plane ticket to get there. It's going to be freaking epic, and I'm really excited to see all of you guys there. All right, so what you'll learn tonight. And please feel free to type any questions in the chat box as we go along. So I'm going to go through why you must be on Facebook Live, how it helps your business, what to talk about. I'm going to give you guys a plan that makes it so easy, and a bonus tip. These are all notes that I took from the Chalene Johnson conference that I went to in July. Let me make sure there's some stuff in the chat box. Let me see what you guys said. Me too, yoga. Yay, starting in the morning. So excited for both. Me too. It's going to be awesome stuff. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so why you must be on Facebook Live. Let me take a sip of water real quick. All right, so Chalene Johnson, for those of you that don't, I'm pretty sure everyone on here knows her, but she is the creator of PIO, Turbo Fire, Turbo Jam, and she also does Instagram Impact Academy, and she teaches people how to have a successful virtual online business. So I went to her conference in July, and she says that Facebook Live is the next hot social media, I guess it's not a platform, but the next social media thing to do that's coming up. And Gary Vaynerchuk, who's the author of Jab, Jab, Right Hook, he spoke at Summit, and he said that we need to get on these hot new platforms before others for our own advantage. He was telling us that when Google AdWords first came out, I don't remember when that was, but they were really, really, really cheap, and no one else was using it, but he got on there before everyone else did, and he was able to really take advantage of it and reach clients. And now it's more inundated, so it's not as easy. So if you get on Facebook Live and get ahead of the crowd, then it's going to really help you. Also, it will help or why you must be on Facebook Live is when you're on Facebook Live, people will feel like they know you more. Raise your hand if you feel like I'm trying to think of an example. Raise your hand if you feel like you knew me just from listening to my videos before you ever met me in person. Maybe you haven't met me in person yet, but raise your hand if you just felt like you knew me from listening to my videos, or maybe you listen to someone's podcast. Do you feel like you know them? Well, a podcast isn't a good example because that's not a video. Okay, a webinar. Say you get on someone's webinar. Don't you feel like you know them more than if you just like read a blog post or something like that? So that's the thing, is it will help people to feel more connected to you. And another reason why you must be on Facebook Live is I spelled that wrong. If you're attractive, then people will get addicted to hearing from you. And all of us on this tribe are very attractive people. So people are going to be addicted to hearing from us, and we're about to take over the world with Facebook Live. All right, so how it helps your business. Like I said, people will feel like it's more real, it's more authentic, it's more transparent. I mean, I did a Facebook Live sitting on my couch in my blankets earlier today. It's just being real. It's putting you out there. It's just not having this facade on, just being yourself. It also creates instant trust and connection. So what would you remember more? Would you remember a blog that you read or a video that you can be part of? Type in the chat box. Tell me what you would remember more, a blog that you read or a video that you can participate in. I want to hear what you guys think. I don't know why I can't see the chat box. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Okay. Well, while y'all are thinking about it, I will continue going. So the point that I'm trying to make is that it's going to prove that you are reliable and you're consistent and you're showing up every single day. I mean, think about if you did a Facebook Live just once a week, how much that would build your connection with the people that are following you. I mean, I think about the podcast that I've listened to, and as you guys know, I listen to Lewis Howes all the time, and I kept listening to his podcast every week, and this wasn't even a video, but hearing him talk and share his story. And I think when I first started listening, he was doing like 1 or 2 a week, maybe not, maybe it was 3 a week, I don't know. But regardless, I just showed up and he was giving us value for free. And I felt like I could always rely on him. He was consistent. I knew that he was going to come out with a podcast every week. So I felt like he was someone that I could trust. He's someone that's an expert, that's putting out knowledge. So I know I can rely on him to help me with whatever it is in my life. I know that I can go to his podcast if I'm feeling down. I know that it will lift me up. So that's what we're trying to create with people. Also, it's going to help your business because you can turn the videos into a blog post and put it on your YouTube. I don't know how to do that yet, but I was Googling it earlier. So once I've figured out, I'll tell you guys. But if you want to be proactive, which is how I've taught myself basically every technical thing in this business, I teach myself how to do it with Google or YouTube. So if we type into Google how to put a Facebook or how to download a Facebook Live video, it will show you how to do all those things. And the benefit of putting videos into a blog post and into YouTube is that that content can get discovered for forever, like literally 2 years from now. This guy that spoke at Shalene's conference, he taught us about YouTube. He's a YouTube expert. And he was just saying how YouTube videos can go viral and people will discover YouTube videos however long after you post it. It doesn't have to be brand new. Excuse me. And the same thing with Pinterest. I mean, there's pins that still go viral that were penned like a year or 2 ago. And it's the things that go the most viral, that get discovered most and will get discovered for years to come, is if it's valuable content. And if you're looking up, here, I'm going to do this real quick. This is what this YouTube guy taught us. Now, I'm not saying to feel overwhelmed like you have to start a YouTube and a blog right now, because you don't have to do that. I didn't do any of that. My first 2 years as a coach, I only did Facebook. Well, let me back that up. My first year, because yeah, okay, let's just put it that way, my first year. And I did one thing at a time. So you need to focus on one platform at a time until you get really good at it, and then you can add these other things in. But the way to discover, or how to put really valuable content out there that people will discover for forever, is you're going to type into YouTube search. And YouTube is going to tell you the things that are the most popular searches. So if you start typing in how to stop counting calories, well, that's not a good example. We'll just type in how to. So it's going to tell us all these things. How to basic, I don't know what that means. How to play Pokemon Go, how to make slime, how to draw, how to cake it. I don't know what any of those things mean. Let's type in how to lose weight. Here's a good example. There's so many different ones. How to lose weight fast, how to lose weight, how to lose fat. Can't even talk. How to lose weight fast for teenagers. How to lose weight fast for a 12-year-old. That's terrible. So it's telling you all these things on here, and it's the most popular is at the top. So title your videos, if you're uploading them to YouTube and Pinterest, title them by what those most popular things are. And then people are going to find your videos. I'll teach you guys more about that later, because we're not talking about YouTube now, but I just wanted to give you guys a heads up on how you can use this content for other platforms. And that's what Shalene teaches, is that you make one video, and this is something that I'm about to do. So you guys do this a couple years down the road, but I want to tell you about it now because I really feel like it will make things so much easier. Shalene says that she makes one video. She has someone that she pays overseas like $4 an hour. That's like her social media transcriber. And that transcriber, whatever they call it, takes all that content from that video and they put it into posts on Facebook and pins on Pinterest and blogs on her blog, and she doesn't have to do any of that. She just has to make one video and someone transcribes it all for her for only $4 an hour. So I'm in the process of doing that now, hiring someone to do that. So it's all about working smarter, not harder. All right, so what on earth do you guys talk about? What do we talk about on Facebook Live? I saw some stuff in the chat box, so let me look in there real quick. I love blogs, but video is always better. Probably blog because I learn better by seeing written, but videos are more fun. Agree, Nicole. I love videos, so to change it up for sure. I like videos more just because I think the thing is, I don't really have a very big attention span, and I think that that's how most of society is now. So to me, I think short videos or even short blog posts are the most effective way to get people to look at your stuff. All right, so if you guys are wondering what on earth to talk about on your Facebook Live, I probably should have changed the order of these slides, but we're just gonna go with it. So this is a formula based on what the YouTube expert guy, I can't remember his name, Sean something, talked to us about on how to, I can't think of the word, how to formalize, I don't even know if that's a word, your video, how to set up your video, what you're gonna talk about. So once you decide on your topic, which we're gonna talk about in a minute, I should have put that slide first, but it's okay. You're going to do 4 different things. You're gonna have your hook, your intro, your content, and then your question. So I'll go through what each of those things mean. Your hook is a question. So this is just an example about Shakeology, but I'll give you guys some other examples. So it could be when you're starting your video, are you curious about Shakeology? Do you wish that you could become debt-free? Do you wish that you had more time to travel? Do you wish that you had more money to take your kids on vacation? It can be anything. So just have a hook, because when people see that, they're gonna be like, yeah, I do. So they're going to want to listen to what you're saying. And I like to do a hook on the Facebook Live. I'm gonna screen share my Facebook again. That will make people want to open it. So I don't know if you guys saw the one that I did earlier today. I don't even know where on earth the idea came from. I've been single for 5 years and no, I'm not a fucking nun. Hashtag self-love. So I said that because I knew that if I said something crazy like that, then people were going to want to be like, okay, what is this weird chick talking about? So put stuff out there that is going to make people want to listen to what you're saying. And if you don't have a sense of humor, if you don't get ideas like that, everyone has a different personality. It's fine. Don't feel like you have to do it just like I did. But if you are that kind of person, then take advantage of that and, put it out there. Just be you. So your intro will be based on your experience. So for example, I'm Jess, I'm a lifestyle coach, and my why is that I love giving people freedom in every single area of life because you are worth it. I just made that up. So that's a quick intro. And then you're going to get into your content, and you want to go through it as quick as possible. Give people 3 to 5 tips based on whatever it is that your topic is that you're talking about. So I'll go through that again with you guys in a minute on how to pick a topic. The last thing that you're going to end with is a question or a call to action. So it's going to depend on what you're talking about. So if you're doing a Facebook Live talking about joining a challenge group, then I would end with a call to action. I would love to help you all with my new Love Yourself Challenge that's starting. I only have 10 spots available, so comment below if you'd like an application to get started with us. I'm super excited to help you love yourself and to not hate what you see when you look in the mirror anymore, and to help you have the best life possible. So that would be an example of a call to action for a business live video. If you're just doing a regular Facebook Live video, what I've been doing is I've been asking people to tell me one thing they're grateful for every day, and then I thank them for coming on, and I say, let me know below if there's anything else you guys want to hear about, if you have any questions, or if there's anything else you would like me to do Facebook Live videos on. So that's how I've been doing them. I just started it yesterday. I've done 2 so far. And what I plan on doing is I plan on doing them Monday through Friday, and all of mine are going to be value added every single day. I'm not going to do a business one on my Monday through Friday posts. So what I'll do is I'll probably once a week or once every other week do a business one along with my value added ones. And I'll tell you guys about how to set that kind of video up in a second. All right, so what we're going to talk about, your topic. When you're thinking about what to talk about and what you're saying in your videos, you want to offer people as much value as possible. We have to take the focus off of ourselves and our goals and make it about them and their goals. So whatever it is that you feel like will help people, just put it out there and put as much value as possible as you can out there. I said this earlier, but practice makes perfect. Don't worry about being perfect. Don't overanalyze it. Don't let your obsession with being perfect hold you back from just putting it out there. Believe me, I've done that so many times. Analysis paralysis. I told myself actually that I wasn't going to start making Facebook Live videos until my apartment was set up, and that's what I did, but I at least put it out there. But that was a stupid excuse. I could have done it from wherever. So don't be a perfectionist. Just put it out there. People are more interested in what you're going to say and how you're going to make them feel and how you're going to help them, rather than if you have the perfect video set up, okay? I talked about this earlier, but using the jab, jab, right hook approach, doing value, 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 and then a call to action. So every post should have some kind of call to action at the end. And what I mean by that is just, like I said a minute ago, having some kind of question. Comment below and tell me what you're grateful for. Comment below and tell me what else you want to hear about. Because the more comments you get in these posts, whether it's Facebook Live or YouTube, the more people will see them, and Facebook and YouTube or whatever platform it is you're using will think that it's relevant content, so they'll bump it up to the top and make sure that more people see it. So the more comments that you can get, the better, and shares as well. So even if you're sharing it yourself, I shared my Facebook Lives on my business like page and in our Love Yourself Challenge group yesterday and today. So any kind of sharing and comments helps. And then create a precise schedule, which we're going to talk about in a minute, how to do that and what topics you should talk about, and be unrelenting about it. When you have a schedule and you're organized, you're not going to feel so much anxiety about doing it. Raise your hand if you feel anxiety about doing it because you don't know what on earth is going on. You feel disorganized. You don't know what to talk about. I mean, I feel like that's why I was putting it off, because I didn't know what I was going to talk about. But then I sat down and thought about it. And I'm like, duh, just talk about everything you normally talk about in posts. Don't be perfect. I live by this. Thank you, Jess. Yes, girl, yes. All right, so now we're going to talk about creating your schedule and some different ideas on what you can do. First, I'm going to give you guys some ideas on what you can talk about other than what is going to be specific to you, okay? So one thing that you can do is you can interview someone. It can be anybody. It can be your mom, your dad, your cat, well, I guess that wouldn't work. Your daughter, your son, a friend, anybody that you feel like would add value into your Facebook Live. You can also do behind the scenes of your business. So you could get on Facebook Live and show people how you host your challenge groups, screen share and show them, hey, this is our virtual support group. This is the kind of things that we post about every day. Here's the meal plan that I send to people. This is the workout schedule that we're all doing. We all hold each other accountable. You can also, if you're going to a Beachbody event, or if you're at a coffee shop working for that day, or if you're sitting on your couch working in your pajamas like I like to do a Facebook Live and just be like, this is my life behind the scenes. This is what I do. This is how I roll. And you can just do really quick ones. It doesn't have to be anything complicated. You can also broadcast live events, which I've seen Ashley do this a lot lately. It's been really good. So if you're like at a concert or an event or wherever, you can broadcast that. And the next thing you can do is have a social media content strategy, which I'm going to talk to you guys about in a minute. On the next slide, I mean. Okay, so this is the plan that is going to make it so freaking easy for you. So you're going to create a content strategy. How do you create your content strategy? What do you talk about? Okay, that is going to be based on your interests, and you just have to be consistent about it. Just be relatable, share stories, and breadcrumb parts of your story, which I'm going to tell you how to be in a minute. And you be you, boo. This is what I always say, but don't compare yourself to other coaches. Don't hold back from saying things that you want to say. I cannot tell you guys, I'm sure you know this about me if you've known me for longer than since before I moved to Hawaii. I'm a completely different person than I was before I moved to Hawaii this year, because I was so afraid to say cuss words or to put funny, goofy stuff out there because I didn't want to offend anybody, and I was just so worried. But when I just stopped caring and started being me, more people are relating to that and more people are commenting on my stuff now. And when you're putting stuff out there, also think about your audience and get them involved. Ask them questions about what it is that they want to hear about. So I'm going to give you guys exactly how I figured out what topics to talk about every day. And I've mentioned this on a call before because I hired a branding consultant, Charlotte, who you guys, if you've been on the team for a few months now, she spoke on our team call a few months ago about how to brand yourself and what to talk about. She helped me with this. And she helped me with it just for my social media posts. I didn't even know that I would be doing Facebook Live because people weren't even really using Facebook Live when she had me do this. But I just had this light bulb moment the other day. I'm like, I should just use these same themes for what I'm already posting about. So the themes are going to be based on your life experiences. And like I said, you're going to breadcrumb a little bit of your story every day. And I really love this quote, so I have to read it to you guys. Your story is the key that can unlock someone else's prison. Share your testimony. I get the chills thinking about that. Raise your hand if you really love that quote and you can relate to that. Like, that is so awesome. And for me, that was the thing that I had to start telling myself when I was so afraid of being a salesperson or putting myself out there, is I felt like I was a bad person if I didn't go get the word out there about this amazing life-changing opportunity. And why would I hold someone else's destiny captive in my mouth? Like, I just felt like that was wrong. So your story, Shalene has been talking about this a lot. The one thing to differentiate yourself and all of the people that have online businesses is your story. It's what makes you unique and why people will buy from you and not from other people. And that's why it's so important to share your story, talk about yourselves, be real, be vulnerable, even when it's scary. It usually is scary because it's vulnerable. And just put yourself out there and be unapologetically you, because the coaches, and this is no disrespect, but the coaches that are struggling, I used to be one of these coaches, with getting new customers or new coaches, it's because they're trying to be a carbon copy of either someone else, or they're too afraid to be themselves, or they're branding themselves as Beachbody, not as themselves. Me and Rachel were actually just talking about this earlier on her Getting Started Right call, but you have to brand yourself. People don't want to buy Beachbody or some product. Maybe they do, but who they buy it from is because of you. It's because of how they feel about you, how you make them feel. So the more you can be vulnerable and real and put yourself out there, then people are going to flock to you to want to buy stuff from you. And that's what makes you unique with all of these people that have online businesses in the world. All right. So this is my content schedule on what I talk about, what my theme days are. And what I did is I told Charlotte my whole entire story of all the shit that I've been through in my life. So I would encourage you guys to do the same thing. Think about all the things that you've been through. So I'm just going to go through it real quick, and then we can kind of figure out together how to come up with y'all's plan. So on Mondays, I'm talking about how to overcome overwhelm, anxiety, and panic attacks. Tuesdays, fit foodie, binge eating, intuitive eating, emotional eating. Wednesday, lifestyle coach, which is really anything about a lifestyle of freedom, or challenge groups, whichever I want to talk about that day. Thursdays is dating, divorce, and relationships. Fridays is something goofy or weird. Saturdays is yoga, holistic life, vegan, organic. Sundays is self-worth, self-esteem, body dysmorphia, and not worthy. So the way that Charlotte helped me determine these themes was because of my story. Number one, I got divorced when I was 19 years old, and went through, I had a 5-year relationship after that, broke up with him 5 years ago. I've been single for 5 years by choice. And I talk about that all the time, about self-love, self-worth. I'm just goofy and weird, so that's just part of me. I've really gotten into yoga and veganism lately. Of course, lifestyle coach, because that's what we do. The self-worth, self-esteem, body dysmorphia comes from losing 60 pounds and still seeing myself as the person I used to be. Binge eating is something that I used to struggle with really bad after I lost 60 pounds because I was being too strict on myself about the foods that I ate. I'm kind of going all over the place. And then overcoming overwhelm, panic attacks, and anxiety is something that I've been struggling with the last year. And it still comes up on occasion, but usually I know how to deal with it now. So all of the different things that you've been through in your life, we all have them. We've all gone through some crazy shit. So think about them. I would love to hear from you guys in the chat box, and tell me some of the things, or unmute yourself if you guys want to talk, because if you guys feel like you don't know what to talk about or how to create your own content, this right now is the time that you want to speak up so that I can help you create your strategy. So if you want to unmute yourself, go ahead and do that. If you don't, type in the chat box. I have a few more slides after this, so we'll spend a few minutes doing this. No one wants to do this? You guys are crazy. Hashtag just saying. Now, some of you guys might already have something similar to this because we have you do something pretty similar in Rock Your Biz Bootcamp, where you're creating your list of 3 to 5 interests that you talk about. I mean, it's not rocket science. Maybe now you guys all feel like you know what to post about now that I've told you guys this. Does everyone feel okay? Raise your hand. Don't be shy if you want help with this. Okay, well, if you guys want help later, let me know. All right. So I just kind of went through some other things that you guys could post about each day or each week in case you need other ideas. And this all is really lined up with Beachbody. You can post a workout of the day. Amanda does this all the time and it's really awesome. You can post a meal of the day. Even if you don't have a beautiful picture, literally, you guys, I will go to Pinterest, save the image from Pinterest, and post that as my image. I don't know if that breaks some kind of copyright law or not, but I've seen other people do it, and no one's ever said anything to me. So I do it, and I'll just say, I'm making this awesome Pinterest recipe today. Who wants the recipe? Comment below. You can also talk about, you can take a quote, or I'm sorry, we're talking about Facebook Live, not pictures. So if you made a meal and it's not that pretty, you can show them the recipe on Pinterest, like hold up your phone, or, well, I guess you can't hold up your phone. Pull it up on your computer and show them what it was that you made and tell them about it. Even if you don't have a picture of it, like my vegan chef, he made me vegan pizza last week. So if someone wants to be vegan and they hear the fact that you can eat pizza, I don't think they're going to want a picture. So just tell them about what meal you had, any meal tips that you may have, meal planning. You can also take a quote and use that as inspiration of the day. So here's an example. I don't have dreams, I have plans. So you can take that quote, take that as inspiration on what to talk about on your Facebook Live that day. And maybe you can talk about what your dreams are, what it is that you want to create in your life and how you plan on doing that, and teach other people how they can do it too. You can also share from your personal development. I was listening to a podcast by Shalene this morning on getting your motivation back, and she was talking about, and I actually didn't say this in my Facebook Live today because it was non-related, but I will use this information for another Facebook Live. Excuse me real quick. She said something that really stuck with me about working out and how a lot of people don't want to work out or they don't feel motivated to work out. But the thing is, if we don't put our fitness and our health first, it's selfish, and we have to do it so that we can be the best us that we can be for the people in our lives. And it's also all about our self-worth. Like, we deserve to take the time for ourselves and treat ourselves well. And that really stood out to me. So you could listen to a podcast or look at a quote and get inspiration and talk about that. You can also share about what you're grateful for that day. I've actually seen Ashley doing that a lot lately. So you really don't have to say that. Like, Facebook Lives don't have to be complicated. You can get on there for 1 or 2 minutes if you want to. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. You can also talk about holidays. So what is it that's coming up? Labor Day? Correct me if I'm wrong. So I want to do it on Labor Day, maybe the day before or the Friday before Labor Day. You can do a Facebook Live on how to eat healthy during Labor Day, how to get in your workout on Labor Day, different things like that. For Christmas cookie healthy recipes, come onto my Facebook Live. There's so many different things that you can do around the holidays. And then, like I said earlier, ask your audience about what they want to hear about. All right, so I'm going to give you guys a couple bonus tips on selling and closing. And these are some tips from, I can't remember the chick's name, but some other person that spoke at the Shalene conference. If you need to know these people's names or if you want to know them, just send me a private message and I'll tell you guys. It's in my notebook. But I really like this quote by Zig Ziglar: stop selling and start helping. That's really what we do. It's all about helping, not selling. But ultimately what we do is sales. What everyone does is sales. No matter if they're in a sales job or not, we're all selling something. whether it's ourselves or our relationship or our love or whatever. So when you're asking people for the close, when you're at that point, when you've gone through all the questions and steps and you've given them your content, you have to ask for the close and be bold about it. You have to be confident, because if you use the language to assume that they're going to sign up, they're going to do whatever it is that you tell them to do. I promise you that, guys. Right before Summit, I think I signed up 4 people the last day of the month that night, because I was just being confident and being bold and saying, girl, I'm so freaking excited to help you. You're going to do so amazing at this. The deadline to get started is tonight. So, I just want to make sure that we don't leave you out. I am so excited to help you live out the life of your dreams. You're going to be an amazing coach. What email do I send the enrollment to? And then get on the phone with them and walk them through it, or voice message them and walk them through it. And sales is all about service. That's what whoever the speaker was saying. It's about serving other people. It's not about selling them some product. It's about helping them, figuring out what their goals are and closing them based on what their goals are and serving them in that way. So when you're getting objections, we talk about this all the time, but what you can do on your Facebook Lives or in messages, this really applies to anything, is to validate their feelings and connect with them and share a story with them of someone else that felt the same. So if I was on a Facebook Live talking about the coaching opportunity, I would literally just say, I know you guys may be on here right now thinking that you really want to do this, but you just don't have the time to do it. I totally understand how you feel, girl. I felt the same way. I used to work 80 hours a week at times at my corporate job while doing my master's degree and volunteering at my church. I didn't have time to pee, poop, sleep, anything really. But what I love about this business is that it only takes an hour a day to do the basic things you need to do, and you can do it on your own terms whenever you want. Sometimes I just did it on the weekends when I could, because that was the only time that I had. But it was so worth it because I was able to quit my full-time job, and I quadrupled my income from what I was making at my full-time job, and I became debt-free. So I totally get what you're saying, but I promise you that we all have pockets of time in our day, and that if you find the time, you won't regret it. So that would be how I would share an objection. We can talk more about this on other calls. All right, so this is a magic formula from Shalene. Let me just make sure you guys don't have any questions. I'm throwing a lot of information at you at one time. I think you've given us a lot of info, so we're all thinking about what to do with everything. Okay. Well, I'm going to give you guys one more thing, this last slide. And what I would do is just take a picture of this. So I'll give you guys a minute to all take a picture of this, and then raise your hand when you're done. This is how Shalene says that she sets up infomercials, and Beachbody sets up infomercials, and how she does all of her sales pages for all of her online programs and products. So this is her magic formula for selling and closing. Number 1, you're using a qualifying question. So this goes back to what we were saying earlier. Do you wish that you had more time for your family? Number 2, you share your expertise. I'm Jess, and I've been able to become debt-free and create a 6-figure residual income in 2 years so that I can see my family whenever I want to. Number 3, tell what you're going to tell them. Today, I'm going to tell you guys about how you can do the same exact thing and live out the life of your dreams. Number 4, tell your story. Number 5 is live your story. So I'm not going to go into that because you guys know my story, but tell your story. And when I say live your story, be emotional, because when you can connect with people's emotions, that's what makes people buy something. So they want to connect with how you're feeling because they'll think about how they feel. So one thing that I tell people a lot is I used to cry almost every day before I had to go to work, and I had so much anxiety because I was going into a soul-sucking job that I hated and I had no time for anything. And you can go into details like that. Number 6, how you got out of it. So I found this online business that I didn't even know you could earn money doing. I just thought it was a way to help people lose weight, and I wanted to do it for free. And what I found is that my passion for helping others really helped me to create this awesome residual income just by creating an online business. And what I do is I show everybody exactly how to do that with our step-by-step training. So I would probably say a little bit more than that, but that's just an example. So then you can give a price comparison is number 7. You can talk about other companies. Other companies, it costs hundreds to thousands of dollars to start. To start a business, a brick and mortar business, you have to invest $100,000. But with this amazing opportunity, number 8 is the price reveal. With this amazing opportunity, you're going to save so much money. Shakeology is going to help you save money on groceries. You're going to get to sign up as a coach for free, and you're going to get all these amazing meal plans and all of these resources on how to grow a successful online business, all for free for only $140, number 9, money back guarantee. It's only $140 and you get a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you drink your whole bag of Shakeology and decide that you hate being a coach, which I know you're not going to because I know it's going to change your life, you can send the whole bag of Shakeology empty back to us and they will give you all of your money back. Number 10 is testimonials. So we have stories of other people on the team that's in our sneak peek slides. If you guys need those, share your own story. Number 11 is the call to action. So I'm so excited to help all of you guys. Our next group starts on Monday, so the deadline to get started will be Friday night, or I'm sorry, we're not going to say Friday night because this is live. Will be tonight. So comment below, send me a message, and I'll help you guys get all signed up. And then number 12 is reward you. So for those of you that sign up tonight, you guys will be entered into a drawing for a free gift card or whatever it is you want your prize to be. Number 13, our next steps are. So to get started, send me a message and I will send you the exact steps on how to enroll right now, and then tell them what the next steps are after that. So that was it. Make sure you take a picture of this if you haven't already. I know this was a lot of information. There's so much more that I learned at Chalene. This is just like this much of it. But this was all about Facebook Live. Also, I wanted to let you guys know about a contest I'm doing for you all. Since there is a sneak peek of the yoga retreat and Beachbody On Demand today only, if you post a video of you doing it on your Facebook page and tag me in it, I will enter you into a pot for a chance to win a prize. And then I wanted to share this quote real quick before I open it up for questions. Fear is not real. It is a product of the thoughts you create. Danger is very real, but fear is a choice. All right. So I know that was a shit ton of information at one time. Who has questions or comments? Don't be shy, people. Amanda's just looking at me like, okay, Jess, now I need to go apply all of this. I'm on information overload. All right, loves. Well, if you don't have any questions, then let's do a random giveaway on here too, because I have some books I want to give away. So I just having trouble communicating. I need my Shakeology really bad. Type a random number in the chat box from 1 to 222. And then I'll put it into the random number generator, and whoever is closest to that number, I will send you a prize in the mail, and it will probably be next week. I think Amanda made that face because Rachel's number was 111, and Amanda loves that number too, and she always picks that number. Like-minded peeps. So yeah, I'll be mailing out, for those of you that I owe prizes to, I'm sending that all out in the mail next week. All right. For those of you that didn't enter a number from 1 to 222. I can't spell random, random.org. There's a few of you guys that didn't type a number in yet. Someone's on the phone. I'm going to unmute whoever is on the phone and get your number. Who is on the phone and what is your number? I'm going to stop recording.